down.
Give it up for Deven and Deri.
See, we have the mood lighting in here. Hello, everyone. My name is Deri.
And I'm Deven.
And we are Constructive. This is an app we built that you will never see on the internet and hopefully never use. But let us explain.
So originally we were looking for an idea for pitch day. We wanted to do something meaningful. We came across an article on TED Talk and it was talking about an organization that was teaching prisoners to code. Specifically, the article highlighted that although the world only contains 5% of the world's population, we house an astounding 25% of the world's prison population.
And even after release, these individuals are, the employment rate for these individuals are at a staggering 75%.
So obviously, you can imagine if you've been unemployed for a year, chances are quite high you're going back to prison. Therefore, the national recidivism rate exceeds 60%. And that brings us to the organization by the name of The Last Mile, which is actually watching us live from California on Periscope.
The Last Mile was created to bring down the recidivism rate or the relapse rate, and mainly through computer training and job training skills. As Wyncoders, we know that 9 weeks can be a really intensive time a long time to be in a program like this, but this program actually lasts for 6 months. They'll learn not only coding, but job skills and soft skills. Sounds familiar? They actually also have a pitch day. But really, the best thing about this program is that the recidivism rate here is at 0%.
That means that not one student that's gone through the program has returned to prison.
So when we first started actually looking at this as an app, we actually talked to the folks at The Last Mile and went to them more with a marketing app to really get the word out because we were really inspired. We really just wanted to make sure everyone knew about it. And so when we spoke with them, we were like, oh, how does that sound? And they said, well, thank you, that's great, but we just had Mark Zuckerberg visit our classroom, so I think the media attention's okay. But if you really want to help us, what we really need are more instructional materials, just because we need more ways to teach the students about computer programming.
And specifically, they were asking for a tool that was developer-oriented design, something that could provide inspiration for the students for their own class assignments, for their own pitch day, and also expose them to current market trends.
So we give you Constructive.
As you can see, the student can go through the site, photo galleries that can be selected by the instructor, or they can just see the freshest uploads that are from the web, as well as the full designer profiles that have actually created all of those images.
They're able to go ahead and click on the shot, and they'll get to a shot page where they can go ahead and click on the shot again, and then be able to really see the details of the design. You'll be able to go through the area and see the comments. And this was actually very important to us, simply because we want the students to see exactly how the designers are interacting with each other, what questions or what comments they would leave, and if nothing else, just so that they can feel part of the community.
And it's really important to note that all the content that you're seeing is real content. We pulled it offline from Designer Network, a Designer Social Network. So everything that you're seeing is real, and it was pulled in using API. So
some of the challenges we had really was mainly just setting up the API and making sure that we get the right information. There was actually a lot of information that we were able to get in. So we pulled it using the Dribble API, wrapped in the custom array command, and we actually have an automated cron task that consistently pulls all of the information so that we can get the database kind of stacked with information.
And Deri touched on this earlier, but one of the biggest obstacles, perhaps the largest, was the fact that the entire app had to be made available offline. All data had to be stored locally on the computer, as well as the images, which was quite difficult. So we used a gem by the name of Paperclip, and OpenURI in order to do that. so that everything is stored locally. The next step will be to use another gem called Chameleon, which will analyze the photos' colors, shoot back the 6 primary colors, and then the students will be able to search by color, which is obviously very important for the projects.
Our next steps for this app, we believe that we actually have it housed on the page right now as the tech news. We think that we'll be able to get the RSS feed in there to be able to download some of the newest news available. Also, we believe that this would be a really good place to store Rita, the resume interview and teaching advisor, where you can have resume templates, interview questions, and anything that you can do to get that job.
So if any of those next steps sound of interest to you, if you have your own idea that might improve the app, this is a project we're going to see to fruition. It is something the Last Mile is planning on using in their own instructions, so please reach out to us. Our contact details are below.
Right there. Thank you again for spending the evening with us. We so appreciate it. My name is Deri Cleland, and before this, I was in merchandising and management, and I hope to parlay this information that I've learned the last night into a project management position.
My name is Deven Blackburn, prior to Wyncode. I worked for a local nonprofit for 7 years. I hope to find the same passion in the tech industry. Thank you.
There's one earlier today too. So, I'm trying to remember if I can remember my phone. So how did you decide where to go get your content? So how did you know where the most relevant content was going to be for the problem you're trying to solve?
So the question is, where do we get all the content?
And how did you decide? Because there's like bajillions of sources out there for this kind of content, right?
Well, we talked to them initially just to kind of get the project started, and they actually requested Dribble. So we needed to.
They used it as an example. So we went to that directly, and Deri was able to find an API available through Dribble.
So are you considering expanding this? I mean, I realize your client base requested this particular one, but are you looking at others, and have you had any success with integrating anything else?
We haven't looked at anyone else. It's quite a large project. It consumed all of our time, and we're just over halfway through it, I would say. So no, we haven't had that opportunity, but I'm sure there'll be other use cases for it. Absolutely.
Yeah, the other part of it was that they asked for tech news, so that was really the other ask that we never quite got to in this role. But there's so much you can build off of this. This is just kind of the foundational part of it all.
Besides the API, which were the other main challenges that you encountered during the development phase?
Well, we worked on also starting to log in. So our users are different from the other users. So it's just stuff like that we needed to kind of grow through and figure out exactly how we were going to handle that. So we literally got maybe like halfway through before it was time to present. So that was one of them. I think there were several.
Yeah, there were quite a few. Many of them had to relate to the fact that it was offline. Just even CSS files, things we use for styling, fonts and icons, things you wouldn't normally think would be a problem. All of that's connected to the internet, as simple as it is. So everything had to be sourced and downloaded available locally. Quite a challenge.
Thank you, Melin.
Awesome. Constructive is a group we're really, really proud of. It's something very inspirational, something they chose to do for someone else. And we hope that Last Mile continues working with them and collaborating to build it out further. Great job, guys.